Parenting is one of the hardest jobs in the world. There's no manual, no one-size-fits-all guide, and no pause button when you feel overwhelmed. Every day brings a mix of joy, love, and, let's be honest, frustration, confusion, and moments where you wonder if you're doing it right. For me, I was always looking for advice. I read books, listened to podcasts, spoke to other parents, but no matter what, there were still moments where I'd lose my patience or feel like I wasn't connecting with my kids the way I wanted. And then, one day, I wrote a single AI prompt, a simple string of words that changed everything. I know it sounds dramatic, but I'm not exaggerating when I say, this prompt made me a better parent. Now I want to share exactly what happened, why it worked, and how you can use it yourself. And before we start, all the prompts I'm going to mention in this video are listed in the description box for you to copy and try. It started one evening after a particularly tough day. My kids were fighting over something silly. Who got the bigger slice of cake? I'd been working all day, I was tired, and my patience was running on fumes. Normally, I might just tell them to stop and try to move on, but deep down, I knew I wasn't teaching them how to actually resolve anything. I was just patching over the noise. That night, after they went to bed, I sat down at my laptop and thought, what if I could have a personal parenting coach? Someone who understood my kids, my values, my stress levels, and could give me calm, tailored advice in the moment. That's when the prompt came to me. It wasn't just, give me parenting tips. That would give me generic advice I'd read 100 times before. I needed something deeper. I typed, you are an empathetic, wise parenting coach with deep knowledge of child psychology, emotional intelligence, and positive discipline. I will describe situations I face with my children, and you will give me specific, step-by-step guidance that helps me handle them with patience, empathy, and clear boundaries. Include the reasoning behind your advice and offer one example of the exact words I can use with my child in that moment. I hit enter, and the response I got was nothing like the usual articles or quick tips I'd seen online. The AI broke down my scenario, 2 kids fighting over cake, and explained not only what I could say, but why that approach mattered. It suggested I acknowledge both children's feelings, give them a choice to resolve the issue together, and offer a win-win alternative. It even gave me the exact words. I can see you both really want the bigger slice, and it's hard to decide. Let's work together to figure out a solution where you both feel happy. What do you think we could do? It was calm, neutral, and respectful. No shaming, no yelling, just guiding them toward a solution. The next day, I tried it. And to my surprise, they actually worked it out on their own. That was the first time I realized how powerful the right prompt could be in parenting. The AI wasn't telling me how to raise my kids. It was helping me become the parent I wanted to be. It was giving me the emotional pause I needed in the heat of the moment and turning my good intentions into actual, actionable words. Over the next few weeks, I started using variations of that prompt for all sorts of situations. When my daughter refused to do her homework, when my son had a meltdown over bedtime, when I needed to explain something scary, like a news story, in a way they could understand without fear. Every time I'd give the AI the context, my child's age, their personality, what had happened before, and my goal for the conversation. The responses were thoughtful, practical, and surprisingly tailored. Sometimes it reminded me of things I already knew, but had forgotten in the stress of the moment. Other times, it opened my eyes to completely new approaches. One of my favorite uses was for building emotional intelligence in my kids. I'd ask, suggest 3 open-ended questions I can ask my child after school to help them express their feelings without just saying, fine. It gave me prompts like, what made you smile today? Or, was there something today that surprised you? Questions that sparked real conversations instead of one-word answers. I also used it for my own self-regulation. I'd type, give me a short, calming script to repeat to myself before responding when my kids push my buttons. It suggested things like, pause, breathe, and remember. This is a child learning how to be in the world, and you are their guide. Simple, but incredibly grounding. Here's the thing. I didn't start parenting differently because I suddenly had more knowledge. I started parenting differently because I had more presence. The prompt gave me a framework to think and respond in ways that matched my values, even when my emotions were high. It was like having a wise, calm voice in my ear when I needed it most. And yes, I know some people might say, but shouldn't parenting come from the heart, not a chatbot? And I agree. Nothing replaces your instincts, your love, and your unique bond with your kids. But we all have moments when stress, exhaustion, or frustration gets in the way of those instincts. That's where AI becomes a tool, not a crutch. It's not parenting for you. It's helping you be the parent you want to be, especially in your toughest moments. I even started using it proactively, not just reactively. Before a big weekend trip, I'd ask, "Help me create a plan to keep my kids engaged and cooperative during a long family outing, while still leaving room for fun and flexibility." It would give me ideas for games, snacks, rest times, and even little ways to keep them involved in decision-making so they felt heard. One day, my son told me, "You've been really calm lately." He didn't know about the AI, of course, but he noticed the difference. That one sentence was all the proof I needed that this experiment was worth continuing. The magic wasn't in AI replacing me. It was in AI helping me slow down, think clearly, and turn everyday parenting challenges into opportunities to connect. And it all started with one prompt. So, if you're a parent who's ever felt like you're on autopilot or stuck in the same frustrating loops, try this. Give AI your context, your values, your specific challenge, and ask it to guide you, not with generic advice, but with words and actions that you can use immediately. That's what made the difference for me, and it's why I can confidently say, this prompt made me a better parent. And remember, every prompt I've shared in this video is listed in the description box so you can copy, adapt, and make it your own. If it worked for me, it might just work for you too. If you found this inspiring or helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to Prompt Yogi for more ways to make AI your partner in everyday life, and share this with another parent who could use a little extra support. Because none of us have to do this alone anymore. Not now.